Hello and welcome everyone to today's show. Boomer and a Gen Xer walk into a bar, coming to you from the Rabbit Hole Studio, where you, as our listeners, will experience some wit and wisdom, some smart assery, and this mother, and I still think that daughter down there, are wondering, are we even related? My name is Jane. My co-host is my daughter, Bobbi. And for the next several minutes, we're going to entertain you. Bobbi, how's it going today?
It's going good.
Yeah?
How are you doing?
I'm doing really well. I feel like I'm pumped up on caffeine, but I'm not really. Hey, I see you got the chicken with you.
I do, yes.
What's his name? Oh, my gosh.
His name is Richard Cranium the Third.
Is that Dickhead?
It is. The third.
The third. Okay.
I had to put some regalness behind it.
I
guess.
guess.
He's not no KFC chicken. I mean, he's a Slim Chicken's
he's
chicken.
He's got no wings, so he can't be a...
he got little leggies. He got some drumsticks there.
Got some little legs and a little beak.
Yep.
And he's still clucking. I don't know. Hey, so what's new, Pussycat?
Not a whole lot.
Yeah?
Yeah, just working, making money, and avoiding people at all costs.
I get you. I get you. There's times when I'm okay with being around crowds and being around people, and other times it's like, not interested.
I got like maybe 5 minutes.
With people?
With people.
Yeah.
5 minutes.
Sometimes I do too.
Yeah. And then I'm done.
Which kind of gets into our topic today, which is invitations, confirmations, and last minute cancellations.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times we get invited to stuff, or maybe we don't get invited. That's hurtful too.
I mean, not going to hurt my feelings, but yeah.
And the confirmations that maybe we're expecting that we do get or don't get, and then cancellations.
Or no-shows.
Yeah,
just straight up no-shows.
So people used to send out actual hard copy in the mail invitations.
Right, RSVP. And,
yeah. And I think they still do for weddings. And some weddings they do not.
Yeah, weddings. And I think I've gotten a couple for like baptism and quinceañeras and things like that.
Yeah.
So.
Or even graduations.
Graduations, yep.
Yeah. So you get a few of those, but not as many as we used to. It used to be, like you said, you'd get the invitation in the mail. They'd tell you the date. They'd tell you, and then you had to RSVP.
Right.
What's RSVP stand for? Do any of us know?
Oh, crap. Oh. Dr. Domain knows.
I didn't look it up, but it's like
it's French.
Reserve. I
think
it's like
some people say it's like respond very promptly.
Yeah.
Or something, or,
yeah.
But
so
there's
Je suis la jeune fille.
You just pulled that out of your butt. So. Some of us still get a few invitations, hard copy. Otherwise, most of them come through either Facebook, email, text messaging. Some even come through Instagram.
Yep.
There's a lot of times you get an invitation to anybody that's on the system. And it's like, wouldn't that be funny if a bunch of people really showed up? And
I think that'd be awesome if you just kind of put it out there and they're like, hey, party at this time. And then you got like 250 people that you don't even know show up.
Yeah. That'd be kind of cool.
I mean, that's kind of what used to happen, back in high school, but it was more of a word of mouth type thing, or a little tiny flyer that someone would print out the day before and say, hey, here's the directions to the cornfield that we're partying in, and tell your parents.
Yeah, because it was always back in the timber or back
somebody's abandoned barn, that has been fallen down for ages.
Yeah,
and
just don't smoke in the barn. You'll set it on fire.
Right. Yep.
So, I've experienced this, and I assume some of our listeners have experienced it too, is you invite people over, and let's say that you're going to have folks over for a picnic, a dinner, whatever it is, barbecue.
Yeah.
And barbecue is it most of the time, right? Because people back in the day, if you had an adult barbecue where there was alcohol that was going to be served, kids really weren't invited.
Right.
Now kids come and see their parents get
wasted,
dead ass
white girl
drunk.
wasted.
Yeah, white girl wasted or dead ass drunk, and that seems to be okay with everybody. But I guess that's probably a different show. And
we used to have UFO parties.
Oh, we did have UFO
Yeah.
parties. That is true. Yeah.
That's how I got.
forgot
That's how
about
I tasted my first
those.
wine cooler was at a UFO party when you weren't looking.
Oh my gosh, yeah. So
Yeah.
that is true. We used to have UFO parties every year.
Yep.
And we'd have people, a bunch of our friends come out and we'd look for UFOs.
Yep.
late at night,
Grill and drink and
do
just
all
have
that
a good old
business.
time.
And then I remember we had a birthday party for your dad one year, and I had tons of sand dumped in the driveway.
Oh yeah, the beach party.
Because it was a beach party.
Yep, it was a Hawaiian themed beach party.
Yeah, and I mean, just cleaning up that sand, we had to get the skid loader out and everything to get the sand.
It was a good idea at the time.
It was a good idea.
Yeah.
As it turned out, it was probably a little bit too much. And then the other one was one of his birthdays, and I want to say it was his 30th birthday. I don't even remember if we were together at 30 years old. Yeah. And I had a casket.
Yeah.
And had the food all set up in the casket, and everything was associated with, old
Over
age
the hill and dying. Yeah.
So we had some pretty good parties. So we had a lot of people that would show up. I remember we used to, I shouldn't even tell this, but we would take a couple of grocery carts, and we had a big hill by our house.
Oh yeah.
And we had the grocery
down
cart
the hill.
races.
Yep.
And the guys would push the grocery carts, and they'd go down, and it would cross a highway.
Yeah, and it wasn't like a small. I mean, it was a 2-lane highway, but man, that sucker was busy because we used to sled down the hill into that same highway as kids, and yeah, it was great times.
So back in those days, it seemed like when somebody sent out an invitation or gave an invitation, and you confirmed it, they showed up.
You showed up. Yeah. I mean,
up.
unless you were deathly ill or,
They
your
were looking
grandma
forward
died.
to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it was something like, oh man, this is going to be cool.
Yeah.
We're going to show up. Now it seems like, and maybe it's just me, but a lot of times people will give a confirmation because I know I've done it myself. And then at the last minute, they cancel.
Well, maybe it is just you. Maybe they're like, I don't want to hurt her feelings now, but
it isn't just me.
She scares me.
It isn't. Then we're going to have a spooky party. That's what we're going to do.
There you go.
No, I think it's true that I think that things have changed a little bit where, I think it's a good idea. Like, and I know I've done this. I've confirmed too quickly.
Yeah.
It's like you get the invitation and it sounds like, oh man, that sounds like a lot of fun. And then 2 days before it rolls around, you're going, I don't want to go to that. I don't want to go to that thing.
The introvert's problem. Yeah.
And I think that this happens a lot, though.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, I find it quite rude.
I find it quite rude when I do that myself.
Well, I've tried really hard over the last several years not to do that.
Yeah.
But people still do it to me. And here's what's problematic about it. When you're the one who is hosting, and I usually tell people don't bring anything.
Yeah, because you're going to provide everything.
I'll provide everything.
So you need a head count.
I need a head count.
Yeah.
And we go out and we buy all the food and everything. And I'll tell you what's really expensive is when Dr. Domain does the Low Country boils, because that's a lot of seafood. It's lobster, it's king crab legs, it's all of that business. And you're spending a buttload of money.
I wouldn't know.
And we don't invite you.
Well, I can't eat seafood anyway, so it doesn't matter.
We don't like you.
Right.
Well, I know, but you could still come, but we don't even invite you.
Yeah, that's okay.
Anyway, we've invited you to Christmas, though.
We've invited you to Christmas and like a Thanksgiving or two. Yeah, I mean, what do you want from us?
I mean, come on. Yeah. I think it's every other Thanksgiving now.
At least,
I'm kidding. But it gets quite expensive. And I know it does for several people.
Yeah.
And
planning. I mean, it takes a lot of planning. And
it does.
Especially the day of to have everything, ready and cooked and things like that.
Right. Because, I remember going to the point of renting tents, and I'm not the only one. Other people have. They'll rent
canopy tents.
Yeah, they'll rent canopy tents.
Yeah.
Or make sure that they have tables and chairs. And a lot of times you can borrow them from the church or whatever. But
fire
otherwise, fire department. Yeah. Otherwise, you got to go out and rent them from a company, and you're doing all of that, and then people either don't show, or at the last minute they cancel.
Yeah,
and you think, did you think that I went out today and bought this stuff? Because I didn't. Okay. It took a while. The last, not the last, but the one seafood boil, low country boil we had here, the first one in Iowa that Dr. Domain did.
Which I wasn't invited to.
Which, oh my gosh, let it go, will ya? You're not going to be invited to any other low country boils either. So Dr. Domain went to the different locations to check out the seafood. Now, Iowa, of course, is not by the sea.
No, we're landlocked.
We're landlocked. So we do not get great seafood. So you have to kind of shop around. And he went to different places looking for the best shrimp, the best crab legs, the best lobster, whatever it was we were having. And we did taste tests. He bought certain amounts and brought them home. And I remember I taste tested, of course, the shrimp because I'm a shrimp person.
Yeah.
But, we went to all of that trouble. And then, people cancel at the last minute.
Yeah, you got like 25 people saying I'll be there, and
you're buying all that food.
8 show up.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think that first of all, I think it's discourteous, but I know that I had done it in the past. And I think what happens is maybe we're responding to those invitations too quickly. I don't know. What do you think, Dr. Domain? I mean, you were involved in it too.
There's probably a certain amount of that. And some people just don't think of that. They don't think that they're being discourteous, or rude when they cancel the last moment. It's no big deal. I mean, they didn't go through the effort to have to bring me into the party. But the reality is you probably did.
Yeah. I guess the way I look at it is if I invite you to come to my house and I'm doing all of this, I want you to be there.
Right.
And if you look at the invitation and you go, oh, Dr. Domain and Jane are having a party, I guess we'll have to go.
Just don't go. Just
say
go.
No. Yeah, just say no. I don't need you there.
Yeah.
And I think what happens is people feel obligated, and it's like, oh, I mean, how many times have you heard, I got to go to this party tonight. I really don't want to go.
Well, I mean, I'm like that though, because I'm a real introvert. So, being around people, I don't have a lot of social battery, and I run out real quick of tolerance and patience, especially for people who get stupid drunk at these places, at these things, and they just go to just get wasted and do stupid shit. I mean, I do too. Okay. Yeah. There are places that, I do that too.
There's times we've sat back and just watched.
But I mean, yeah, a lot of people, it is a social battery type thing where they don't have it in them. They go up to that day thinking we're going to do this. Here's my outfit I'm going to do. And then the day of, the anxiety and things take over and you go, God, I just don't think I can do this. I'm tired. Maybe I've worked all week and I just want to stay home and relax.
But don't you think that you could plan ahead for that? I mean, you're going to work all week. You're going to be tired on the weekend.
Well, I mean, I know I'm going to work all week, but it's whether or not I have all 16-hour shifts all week type of thing. I don't know that till the last minute. So yeah, there are times where I'm like, yeah, I'll do that. And then I'm like the day of, I'm just like, please let there be a natural disaster where I can't even get to the house type of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But how much physical effort is there to sit there and drink and socialize?
A lot. A lot. Especially if it's people that you're not around a lot.
I gotta get up, get myself another beer.
Well, I mean, you have to talk. You have to talk to people maybe you don't really talk to that, maybe you don't like. Yeah. Per se. Yeah. And you have to kind of put on that face. And that is draining to put on a face of, hey, everybody, it's going great. And I want to talk to you. And I want to talk to you. And I want to talk to you. It's like, shut up and sit down and drink your beer. Yeah. Okay. Don't talk to me. Just leave me alone.
I got to go along with Bobbi here on that. Now, Dr. Domain, he loves being out. Now, I will
He's
tell
a social butterfly.
But here's the deal. The guy is funnier than hell here at home. I mean, he is. He is funny.
But he has to reel it in when he's in public, right?
No, when we go out in public,
yeah.
He's like, he doesn't hardly say anything. And it's like he's not funny when he's out. He's just quiet.
But here's the thing.
I'll go, why aren't you talking to these guys? Well, I'm just listening.
Well, yeah, he's an observer. I know
social
that.
battery,
yeah, he's an observer, but at the same time, he's like me. You don't know. You can't really gauge the people's reactions. So, like, if I tell kind of an off-color joke, am I going to be ostracized and hanged by my feet, or are these people going to laugh with me? Like, I'm scared to say things.
And there's the difference between me and you. There's the biggest difference, because I will tell the joke and laugh my ass off all by myself.
I know, but
because I think I'm funny.
I think I've been hit in the face too many times, so I'm kind of iffy on that thing.
Yeah, I don't even care. I mean, I'll sit down and I'll talk to anybody. You know that.
Yeah.
And, Dr. Domain knows it too. I mean, I can be walking down the street. I'll talk to anybody, and anybody will talk to me. That's the whole thing.
That's
it is
tragic,
really
isn't
tragic.
it?
Yeah, she's walking down the street with her "Don't touch me" shirt on.
Yeah, right. Or she's in Walmart and has to turn around.
How you doing?
How you doing? Get away. Oh my gosh, are you getting that? Oh my gosh,
I don't do that.
Help you? Oh my,
I don't do
it's
that.
It's like, shut
that
up and let us get out of this store.
I don't do that.
She knows
I do not. No, that
she
is
wants
not.
to know the cashier's whole life story.
You are so
and
full
why
of it. You're so full
why
of crap.
they're working today on a holiday.
No, I don't do that because I don't want to start a conversation because I really don't care most times. Okay, so it's not like I do that. But I have said, "Hey, how you doing today?" And they'll go, "Fine," and I'll go, "Are you really?"
Do you really care though? I mean, like, honestly,
sometimes,
do you really care?
If I ask that, sometimes I do.
Yeah,
I mean, I was in Walmart, and now that you mention it, and this little gal was checking me out, and I go, "Hey, how you doing today?" And she goes, "I'm fine." And she kind of took a breath, and I go, "Are you really?" And she goes, "Not really." And I go, "What's going on?" And she starts telling me about the work there and whatever. And I don't want to work at Walmart either, right?
Right.
I mean, no one does. Who does?
That's
no
why
one
I
does.
quit.
You know, I mean, the worst job in the world has got to be a personal shopper. Who the hell wants to do that?
Yeah,
crap?
customer service and personal shoppers.
So
the
anyway,
worst.
she starts telling me a little bit, and I said, you can't think about that stuff. You got to think about, what your job is, and you do the best you can and whatever. Gave her that little pep talk. But I will only take a minute or two to give that pep talk. Then I'm out of there, okay? Don't engage me in anything else. Now, you, Dr. Domain, every time you ask me about somebody, you'll go, "Who's that?" And I'll go, "Oh, that's Susie." And you'll go, "What's she do?" "I don't know." "Well, where does she live?" "I don't know."
Who's she married to? I don't know.
I don't know.
How many kids does she have?
And he'll go,
know.
"Well, isn't that her husband over there?" "I don't know." You clearly know more than I do.
You go find out. How about that?
Because I don't care. But he will do that. He will engage in these deep discussions. And it's like, why?
But it is.
I don't care.
But you have to think of it like if you are invited somewhere that, like, let's say you did invite me to a country boil, which will never happen, and you invite your friends, your guys' friends, okay? Most likely, I don't know them. Unless they're family, I don't know them.
Yeah.
What, the food all tastes the same, whether you know the other people or not.
Well, yeah, but you have to.
food's
There's that expectation of at a social gathering that you're actually going to be social, and I can't handle that.
I think
I usually
here's
just go for the food. So.
I think here's the difference too.
So I'm just going to sit in the corner going, nom, 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 nom.
Don't talk to me. Put your mom's shirt on. Don't hug me. Don't touch me.
butter running down my face.
Yeah, so just so everybody knows, my shirt says "free hugs," and then in small letters it says, "Just kidding, get away from me."
Yep, and I have one too.
And so I think, one of the big differences is I notice that my friends who are my age or around my age, they know their kids as friends really well. And they're adult friends. And so
how does that happen?
And so their kids know their friends, like their kids would know me, or their kids would know. And I don't do that.
That's weird. Yeah, get your own life.
I kind of say that. It's like I don't hang out. Now picnics or something like that. Yes, you kids, you act like you're not involved. You are. But when we have friends over, I usually don't invite my kids. And maybe that's a bad thing, but you guys are always so busy and you're working constantly.
Oh, please. Oh, please. We're embarrassing. Let's just be honest. Well, we're embarrassing.
So think
there
about,
is that too.
Yeah, think about
you're
how
loud and obnoxious, and you are embarrassing.
And we fight.
Half the time I have to say, no, that's not my child.
Not
I
really.
don't know who she is.
Yeah. No, really, that's how it goes. Yeah. I mean, for what, 20 years, people didn't realize you had 2 daughters. They all thought you had one. They're like, they come up to me and they go, "Are you?" And then say my sister's name. And I'm like, "No, I'm Bobbi." And they're like, "Which one are you? Where did you come from?"
She acts like I never uttered her name.
I'm sure you did, with a few cuss words behind it. But, rolling into that, the whole socialization of it, there is a new movement around at least the United States where
we are watching.
What are you doing,
Dr. Domain is the weirdest.
He's got a monocle.
Oh my God. This is when we needed to have the camera rolling.
This
right
is
here.
why we can't take you anywhere.
We can't have nice things. We can't have anything
so
nice.
There is this kind of movement, and I'm a part of this movement where parents, bowel, where parents actually aren't having birthday parties any longer.
Yeah, why would you?
I mean, why? Why would you rent out a space? Why would you spend hundreds of dollars to rent out a space? You send out the invites, maybe they're school friends, things like that. And either you get all these RSVPs saying, "Yeah, we're going to come," and they don't show, or God forbid they do come, and then you have to deal with these kids' parents that you don't even like. Like, I'm like, I don't have to be friends with you just because my kid is, it kind of thing. But, and then there's also, you see a lot of it on social media and things like that, where these kids send out these invites. Parents pay for, this big party and nobody shows up. Yeah. Not a single person shows up. And I think that that's just setting that kid up for disappointment, because you can't rely on other people. You know what I mean? Like, we're all busy. I get that. Anytime that I get an invite to one of my kids' friends' parties, we go. It doesn't matter. I will find a way for my child to go, because a lot of times we're one of 3 children who show up.
Yeah. And
it's sad to me. And I know it's heartbreaking for those kids to know that they thought that they had all these friends, and turns out they have 3.
They have acquaintances.
Right.
Just like we have.
And kids don't understand that. They think, they're pure-hearted. They think everybody's their friend. They think that anybody who plays with them on the playground is their friend. Whoever sits next to them at lunch is their friend.
Right.
They don't understand the difference between a friend and an acquaintance. But, my whole thing is I have completely done away with kids' birthday parties. I will not have one. I will not host one. I will not pay for one. What we do is we do an experience. So every year I ask the kids, when it comes to their birthday, "What do you want to do? What is it that you want to do for your birthday?" And they tell me, "We want to go to the zoo. We want to go to the science center. We want to go see a movie." And I'll let them pick 1 or 2 friends and say, "Hey, bring those 1 or 2 friends. We'll go to dinner. We'll go to this movie. I'll sit away from you if I embarrass you," type of thing, but it kind of solidifies the fact that, unfortunately, not everybody's going to be there for you. Right. Not everybody's going to show up to your celebrations, let alone when you're at your worst.
Yeah.
And so pick 1 or 2. We'll do whatever you want to do. Here's your gifts, type of thing. And it is a big movement now, because it just, I don't know. I'm kind of torn, because I do see all these social media posts of these little kids just in tears because nobody showed up at their birthday party. Well, as a parent, that's my job to not set them up for that. So I'm not going to. I'm not even going to give it an opportunity to happen.
I think it's nice to just do it as a family anyway.
Well, I'm not talking family birthday parties. I'm talking, their friends, their school friends, their, little neighborhood friends type of thing. And like I said, I think as a parent, it is your job to teach your children the difference between friends and acquaintances. But at the same time, it's also your job not to set them up for failure.
I see you ready to say something there, Dr.
Well,
Domain.
I'm just saying, I think we, as parents, if you're talking about a child's birthday party, we set expectations. We're the ones that talk that. Otherwise, the kid doesn't know that day from any other day. Mm-hmm. I mean, they know they were born that day, but they don't know that there's all this pomp and circumstance that mom and dad have built this big thing up where they're going to have a birthday party and a pony and all kinds of stuff.
Well, I don't think it's just the parents. I think it's society too.
But yeah, there's part of that. And I think in general, we tend to celebrate it over the top. I mean, I celebrate one birthday a year pretty hard, and that's December 25th. But you had a little bit of a birthday
Happy
party.
birthday, baby Jesus.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, baby Jesus.
Sweet
That's
little
right.
baby Jesus.
But you had a birthday. Just did little things. Tried to decorate the place up and recognize, hey, it's your birthday.
First year you took me to New Zealand.
And
Ever since then, I got Kmart stuff.
I was going to say, wow, way to set the bar high
See?
there, buddy.
This is exactly the problem I'm talking about.
Yeah, you set the
People
bar
set
high.
Expectations.
And
and they're
then
like,
every
I
year
gotta go to New Zealand
afterwards,
every year.
you
No.
got to top yourself.
So you know what happened
I think
this
it's
past
oversold.
year.
There was so much pressure on it. I
Yeah.
felt so much pressure to have to throw a party in my past life or have a big event. Or it's not a birthday, it's a birthday week or a birthday month
It
or
is
some
a
kind of horse
birthday
shit
week.
like that. It's like, it's a day.
I'm going to wear my crown all month and
Yeah.
my sash.
I think the
Yeah,
reason
good.
that
Good for
you know
you.
I
It's-
call it a birthday week is because during the
Pop
week
up your
everybody's
narcissism.
still saying happy birthday. It isn't just that day they say it; they say it throughout the week, and so it isn't like they're celebrating
Who?
my week. A lot of
Who?
people send me notes and say, "Hey, I missed your
Oh.
birthday," or "Hey, happy birthday," or whatever.
I get like 3.
Really?
Yeah.
But
You,
do they say
Dad,
happy
and my
birth-
sister.
Happy birthday week.
That's
Happy
not true,
birthday
Bobby.
month. Oh, happy birthday century.
I know a lot of
whatever.
millennials that actually do. They'll be like, "Oh, happy birthday month! It's so special. All month
Yeah.
we have to celebrate
don't do that
you, and
I don't
here's
do
your
that crap.
crown and your golden shoes."
Yeah. Get over
and-
yourself, you self-absorbed narcissist.
It's like, what was your mother in labor the entire month? I mean, bless her heart for having to deal with you.
So how we've talked about birthdays and stuff and invitations like that and dinner parties. What about like weddings and showers?
So there's 2 things I don't do, and everybody knows it. So I don't know why they keep sending me invitations. I don't do weddings, and I don't do funerals. And here's why. Number 1, weddings. I truly just don't believe in them unless I'm there to just cause chaos. I will not go to a wedding. Funerals.
I want to know
listen.
who invited you to a
Funerals I don't go to because that's not how I want to remember that person. So if that person was important enough in my life that I would even consider going to a funeral, then I have better memories of them. Now, if it's a celebration of life, yeah, I might go to it and, just be around, family and friends and things like that. But I have funeral trauma, man. I swear I do from a lot of funerals, and I just can't do it anymore. If I'm going to celebrate your end of life, I should be there celebrating your life throughout it.
I'm going to come back to the funeral part. Okay. So hang on to that ticket item. But I do want to talk about weddings and showers and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Because now a lot of the showers, it used to be that you had the bridal shower. And so it was just the women.
Oh,
right?
I thought you were talking about baby shower. Okay.
Okay, we'll talk
Bridal-
about baby
bridal
showers
shower.
too.
Okay.
I want to talk about any type of event like that, whether it's a baby, whether it's bridal, whether it's invitation, whatever. Now you have, we're going to have an engagement party. Bring me a gift. Now we're going to have an announcement party. Bring me a gift.
Here's my gift list.
Yeah. Now we're going to have a regular shower for both of us. The week before the wedding, bring a gift. Now we're having my wedding. Bring a gift. And now we need to have
reception
some money.
gift.
Now we have to have some money to go on our honeymoon.
Right.
Drop us something in Venmo.
And those ones that have like $1 amount.
Yeah.
You have to bring a gift over $100 or you're not going to be invited type of thing.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I know the reason for that is because there's so much invested in the wedding itself. But you chose to
I
have
was going
that
to say
big
that's
wedding.
your problem.
Yeah, you
I
chose
spent
that big wedding.
$800 on my wedding.
Yeah.
Like, get bent.
So get bent. The other part of it is like when you're going to have a baby.
Yeah.
Oh, we're going to have the announcement party. Now
Yeah.
we're going to have the, where they determine the sex. What is it?
Gender reveal.
Gender reveal party. Because, oh my
Those
God,
are
we
so
all want to go to
stupid. Nobody
those.
cares what's in your kid's diaper.
And then we're going to have the baby shower. And then
Yeah.
once the baby's born, if you could just buy us some Uber Eats tickets.
oh, and
or
I need
something.
a birth present.
Yeah.
For when the
So,
baby's born.
there's all these presents that you have
What
to
was
buy.
it like? Maybe 10 people showed up to my baby shower for my first actual like born child, and I had there was over like 25, 30 people who RSVP'd, and 10 of them
had more than that.
No, and
I
did
the one
not.
I threw for
yes.
you. No, there was more than
and
that.
it was all family.
No, you had more than that, but
I
it
didn't
was
have
all
any
family.
friends. I didn't have, and not a single friend showed up to mine when I had repeatedly showed up over and over again for them.
It can be sad as it relates to that. So I'm sorry.
I cut off a lot of friends after that.
For that type of trauma that you went through.
It's not trauma. It's just bullshit.
I'm really sorry for that.
Well, I mean, it's just a reason why I don't, like it goes back to the birthday party thing. We will show up to those kids' birthday parties because I know what it feels like to not have people show up for you.
But I think some of the invitations are getting a little out of hand here. You don't need a party every time you take a dump or every time, I mean, it's like, I got new nails. I'm going to have a party for it. Or, I got a new haircut.
Well, and it's like with social media, especially with like the gender reveals, just announce it on social media. Yeah. Like we don't need a party with an airplane flying by, dropping little confettis of whatever color it is.
Yeah.
Like, stop.
Because to be honest with you, the only ones who really care about that
are mom and dad.
Are mom and dad and maybe grandma and grandpa.
Yeah.
Everybody else is like, shit, we got to be here.
Right. Hey, here's a pack of diapers. You're just going to trade them in anyway.
Here's some type of present. Yeah. So I guess I'm with you on that whole thing. I do want to come back to, what was I? Funerals. What was I going to say?
I have no idea. Probably going to put me on the rack for not showing up to funerals.
No, I wasn't going to do that. But who gets invited to a funeral? That's all I want to know is who gets invited to
me,
that.
Apparently.
No, you don't. No one's, what, like the dead person sends out
an invite?
No,
the family does.
Oh,
the family says, hey, here's the funeral information and you need to show up by this time and things like that.
That's called an announcement.
Well, no, not when it's a text message directly to me. That's not an announcement.
Please provide your donations.
An announcement is, hey, so-and-so died.
Well,
that's an announcement.
If you want to do something for them, please, a charitable event, please plant a tree.
What's wrong with that?
Right. That would be fine. No,
nothing.
That's fine.
I'm just saying that's part of the announcement. But you had mentioned, what do you call it? Of life.
Froze.
Yeah, it did.
Celebration of life.
Celebration of life.
And so Dr. Domain and I just had this conversation about because he was like, what is a celebration of life? I always go to the funerals.
No.
And, now it's celebration of life. And we kind of had that same conversation that Bobbi just had is, why are you going to a celebration of life when you didn't celebrate their life when they were alive?
Right. Yeah.
And so wouldn't you rather spend the time with them while they're alive? I don't know. Right. Maybe not. Maybe they were shithead. But if that's the case, don't go to their celebration of life.
Yeah, what are you going to celebrate? What life are you going to celebrate? That's like I've always said, don't bring flowers to my funeral because you didn't bring them to me when I was alive. Like, don't bother.
Bobbi.
Why? You know what I mean? But I'm just saying, a lot of people have a celebration of life because they can't afford a funeral.
I'm going to bring you little mini travels of alcohol.
What good is that? I can't drink them. Bring them now. The hell? But no, like celebration of life a lot of times is because they can't afford a funeral. They have a cremation.
That's what I told him.
And they can't afford the funeral costs.
It's cost effective.
It's very expensive to have a funeral. But if you have a celebration of life, it's kind of like a potluck. Everybody can bring a little something. We talk about the person,
good or bad.
We remember them for that day. Maybe we have T-shirts with, their picture with wings on it. I don't know.
What? Say what? Yeah, somebody probably has done that.
Well,
or they put out the balloons.
I was going to say, I've threatened to put people on a T-shirt with wings, but you have the little T-shirts in memory of with their picture with wings behind it, things like that.
That's kind of sick.
But, and sometimes it's even, I hate to say this, but sometimes it's even a little fundraiser where they ask people to donate for end-of-life costs, especially if it's like a drawn-out sickness, things like that, where they do have bills and they ask people if you can, donate, and it goes directly to the family that day so that they can pay end-of-life costs.
And I don't mind that. I really don't mind that.
And I don't mind,
if I know that they're hard-pressed, and they need the money, I've done that before.
But I mean, if I haven't seen that person in 10 or 15 years, why would I go celebrate their life when I wasn't in it anymore?
Right.
I just...
Yeah, no, I understand.
It's almost
what
like,
you're saying.
People want to be about the numbers.
Yeah.
Like, how many people can we get here? Can we get 100 people here to celebrate this person's life? Okay, well, if 5 people show up, then that's 5 people that actually cared about me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I see what you're saying. So getting back to the invitations, the, attending and then the cancellations, the one thing that I would leave our listeners with is that, when you get an invitation, if you're really not sure or you have had a habit or maybe not even a habit, you've had a tendency to potentially cancel at the last minute. Don't put the host on the spot like that.
Right.
Just wait. If you feel like you have to wait on the RSVP, you can always tell them, listen, I just don't know yet. Yeah. I don't know what my work week's going to look like. I'm going to try to be there, but I don't know what my work week's going to look like. I don't know what's going on with the kids, but I will let you know by this date.
And I'll even step it up one. If it's like a barbecue or something like that, you don't know till the morning of that you're coming. Give them a ring and say, hey, we're coming, but I know this is last minute, so I'm going to bring a portion of food so that you don't have to worry about it. Like, don't be an asshole about it. Just be like, hey, I know that I made an inconvenience for you. Let me make it right. I'd still like to come see you type of thing.
Right. And if you feel like, Bobbi sent me this invitation and I guess we have to go, don't go.
So you're never coming to anything for me again, right?
No, I didn't say that. I just used you as an example.
No, because I know that you get that text message going, oh my God.
Every party you have is at my house anyway, so I don't ever have to worry about it.
Well, that's because you have a nice house and
big yard. So, I would just ask you to be courteous to people in that way. And if you feel like, oh, I don't really want to go, then don't go.
Right.
Don't put them on the spot like that. And if you can at all, please, be courteous enough and professional enough and just be a friend. They invited you for a reason.
And on both ends, enjoy the presence, not the presents that they bring. Enjoy their presence. If I invite you to my kid's birthday party, I'm not expecting you to show up with a present. I'm expecting you to be there.
Show up for your kid.
And show up and say, hey, here I am. I'm here for you. I don't care if you have money or not. If I invite you somewhere and you think you got to bring a gift, don't. Yeah. Don't. You're not going to hurt my feeling.
Yeah. No, I think that's a good saying, Bobbi. I like that. And with that, I think I'm done for the day.
I think that is all the insanity that we have for today. But we do appreciate you joining us here at our Rabbit Hole Studio. So be sure to follow us. We look forward to spending time with you each and every week. Please like us. And if you have positive feedback or if there's a topic or a question that you would like us to talk about, drop us a short email at boomerandgenxer@gmail.com. And if you have hate mail, well, you can send it to me, but I will not RSVP. So until next week, I'm Bobbi
Fair
Joy.
warning, and I'm Jane Burt.
And you're stuck with us.
Peace out.
Later.